You saw the screening and confirmation of Professor Joash Amupiton, but you heard that it's been confirmed.
I know it's been confirmed because I wouldn't even bother watching it because I know that the Nigerian Senate is a rubber stamp. So I knew it was going to be confirmed. I didn't need to watch that. Yes.
So what do you have any hopes about what will become the new era under Professor Amupiton?
I'm a political party chairman, and there are 18 political parties, and I go to meetings with INEC, and I can tell you that he is coming in to fit into a puzzle that's already been in place. What most people don't know is that the Bola Tinubu regime had, in the last 2 years, appointed almost a new resident electoral commissioner, national commissioners. Most of them are APC members. So this is the last appointment for INEC. Even if this guy was falling from the sky, there's not much he can do based on what is already in place.
All hope is lost.
Apart from just INEC, the president has appointed 11 Supreme Court justices in the last 2 years. Most people have never asked the question. You need only 7 justices to sit on an election decision. He has 11 in his corner. I'm not saying that all the 11 will agree with him, but those of us who go to court regularly in this country know where the loyalty of judges lie, especially when they are not only appointed, they are given vehicles and built mansions by those who said they should be neutral. Doesn't make sense.
2027 elections, with the kind of defections that is going on, and there are those who have said this election is just one way. It's Bola Tinubu and the APC way.
I think I've said this before, that the only thing that could stand between us, the people, and the defeat of this guy is for the people to take a stand. I was badgered. I think I've been on your show before. Asked why I didn't join the new coalition they started. You know my position. These are the same people. All of them are working for Tinubu, either directly or indirectly.
The ADC coalition.
Some of them are helping to distract attention. That's all this thing you call is it deflection? You know, I call it deflection. It's not defection, because they know themselves. They used to all be part of the same political party. They have each other's. They're all in the same WhatsApp group, but some might have genuine disagreements, but others are just looking, because some of them cannot survive outside of the political water.
You think that Tinubu is funding the coalition?
I believe that he has complete control over the coalition, yes.
What gives you the evidence? What makes it
Because I know a lot of these coalition people. They are Tinubu's people. They are the people who, when the whole country thought they were against him during the primaries, were falling in line to vote for him during the APC primaries. It was the same thing people felt during the APC primaries, that Tinubu somehow will lose against so many of the so-called adversaries then. And then they all started just pleading allegiance, and by, I think, 10 p.m., it was clear that Tinubu, they were fooling the whole country. I think that's what they are repeating on a larger scale now.
So you think it's going to be a walkover for Tinubu in 2027 with the way things are going?
With this opposition
that
he set up for him against himself, it will be a walkover. But the Nigerian people can make it impossible for him to do a walkover.
I'd like to know, are you not fighting too many battles? On one hand, you were calling the president a criminal. Is that fair to say? You are fighting the DSS, you are fighting Wike, you are doing this, you are that. It is those who feel that you are too cantankerous.
You know, there's so many injustices, and somebody has to fight all these injustices.
And the way to fight it is to call the president a criminal? Is that the right thing to do?
Well, I don't know why any one of you is concerned about the president being called a criminal. The president hasn't denied that he's a criminal. Since all, Tinubu...
You are going to prove that in court. Because the case is now in court.
Tinubu,
You have been asked to withdraw that statement.
The people that took
the
people that took me to court are not the people who can deny my allegation. You get my point. You are a lawyer too, right? You cannot take somebody to court on behalf of another person in matters of this nature, because you don't.
But the dimension
you don't have
which
you don't have a locus.
No, the dimension
You
is
don't have
about the
locus
stability of the country and the security of the country.
No,
That's the dimension.
No, it's I'm asking you to tell me, has Tinubu said what I said is not true till today? Tinubu is the president of Nigeria. He owns TV stations, radio stations. He could have said it on social media. He has not said anything about it. Why are you guys, crying more than the bereaved?
But, I mean, you went after Nyesom Wike.
Nyesom Wike came after me. Yes. He was the one who came after me. And I never mentioned his name relating to Tinubu's issues.
But you are getting foreign funding to do all these things that you are doing.
No,
you have not been able to prove that you are not being funded.
I've been able to prove that I lived abroad. I've been able to prove transparently where I get funded from.
So you are being funded?
No. That's what I said. As I said, where I get funding
Who
from.
funds you?
Yes, exactly.
Who funds you?
No, I fund myself. All right?
Through Sahara Reporters?
I have a company.
Okay.
It's a global company that has different funding sources, including advertisement. Something as cool as Google Ads. I once said it on a podcast that there was a time Sahara Reporters was making $50,000 per month from Google Ads. 50,000. Not anymore, because Google Ads has become democratically useless now. So how do you find out where we get from? Because they are transparent. I've applied for grants from organizations that fund journalism, investigative journalism. There was a time I was on the same grant scale as New York Times, Sahara Reporters, in New York with Ford Foundation. Ford Foundation gave $1 million to New York Times. It gave $75,000 to Sahara Reporters. So that is what is transparently available. The only reason you find out is because it's a grant. You apply for it, you get it, and the grants givers, we put it there that we gave money to Sahara Reporters. But for your information, I left Sahara Reporters day-to-day management since I joined politics in 2017. So it's managed by a separate body. But so that you don't mix up all of this, is that there has never been a time, but I think what they are worried about is that how is it that this guy with so much power, according to them, is not part of our chop-by-chop network? Because most of these people would have been gladly funding me if I was in their circle. And you wouldn't know about it, or maybe you'll find out. But because I don't belong there, that's why you heard. But I'm glad about one thing, that you can at least find out where I get the funding from for Sahara Reporter. That's why the police demanded for my account a few weeks ago. Buhari did the same thing. They demanded, they got all my account statements. They charged me for money laundering. They were the one who went and removed the money laundering charge, because it was laughable that they only found $16,000 that we transferred from Sahara Reporters in New York to pay those who were working locally. So that's transparency. Yes, you would.
You're being alleged to have treat Sahara Reporter staff badly. That those who work for you, you don't pay them. I think treat them badly.
I think what they're trying to do, they want to know who is working for Sahara Reporters. That's the trick. And because they don't know, say, maybe if anybody is treated badly, you must have heard about it. Yes, but that's the trick is to see whether you can reveal who they are, so that maybe they can try and infiltrate or hurt them. So all of that happened when I had a show with the IG. They went and started looking for anybody that could. The DSS sent people around to go and look for people who are working at Star reporter, to even went to somebody who I was working to, who I used to work with, say, who are the people here with the DSS would like to know. That's their goal, because they are surprised that that hasn't been like public knowledge that, But because Star Reporters is citizen reporters platform.
Is this your front with Wiki personal?
No,
You went after his family, went after him?
No, don't say that. Wiki is a public figure, right? And every public figure understand. Even I, not being in government, I know I'm a public figure. You get my point. My house in the U.S. is in a public domain. I think Wiki's aid when Tinubu put out my son's school location and school fees, all of that. Anytime anybody who is in the public domain understands it. Wiki is not just a public figure. His wife is also a public figure. The wife is a court of appeal judge. So the moment you are in these spaces, the public would react to you the way they want, because you are funded by the public. That is why in the U.S., all these defamation lawsuits is very difficult to win by public figures. They'll tell you, the moment there's a claim that you're a public figure, your chances of winning is very, very slim. So, because you are living up of public goodwill. So, Wike was the one who came after me. And I responded in equal measure.
Right.
Yes. Nothing personal.
Yeah.
Yes. But don't forget that I've been reporting, I was the first person to report on Wike when he was Amichi's chief of staff. First.
On a final note, you want to become a president of Nigeria so badly. Is that ambition ever going to happen?
I don't think you should use the word so badly.
That's you've shown that you want to lead this country.
Yes.
And you vigorously fought for it.
It's a legitimate ambition to right the wrongs that's become part of Nigeria's democratic or political space. I want to help my country get better. So that ambition is real. But badly, no. Because sometimes I wake up in the morning and say to myself, I'm doing more work than the president. I have to help people get out of prison.
Do you think that ambition will ever happen?
I have an attitude in life, and it is not to dismiss the ambition. It's called que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Yes.
And you're not giving up? You always contest for president?
No, I never said I will always contest for president, but I'll always be running for what is good for this country.
So you're running again in 2027?
You've been wanting to know this forever. We can close the show now.
Would you?
I don't know until the party decide who their candidate will be.
Do you still have interest to be president?
Oh, I really, really would hope that I will be president someday so that this country can turn the corner.
You make another try in 2027?
We see what happens with the political party that I'm a member of. They decide who their candidate will be.